Alright, so a lot of this is just traveling. Nothing in particular comes to mind that stands out that really needs my attention. Breaking a lot of metal crates, there's a lot of money you can find inside them. The reason I've been hanging around the woodcutter's axe is mostly just because I can chop through a bunch of things. You could use bombs to break a lot of stuff, but I figure it's not really worth it, because that's what I did for the longest time, and although useful on your weapons and resources, it's bad in terms of trying to find what you need, because it'll blast things like 10,000 miles away. Again, in case you didn't catch the last part, finished raiding a camp that famously gave me a lot of trouble, and I say famously as in it's very memorable to me, not actually famous in any sense of the word. And we're making our way towards the tower. I'm not going to show myself climbing the tower or anything because I don't feel it's worthwhile. It's, you know, it's just the same slow-paced kind of thing. The good thing about the tower, though, is at least the bullshit rain gameplay fucking up mechanic is not affected on the tower, so even if it's raining, you could still climb. I think it also depends on basically how physical, like how easy it would be in real life to hold something, and since those are basically comprised kind of like a ladder, and the trees have the moss, the grass that you could do, I think that's why it seems to work on certain surfaces. It's just most of the surfaces that you can climb on don't have things like that. They're mostly just rocks, and that's kind of where it's like it doesn't really matter because rain's fucking it up. Yet again, more underwater treasures and stuff. A lot of these, again, you're not going to be hurting even if you don't find them. If you do, that's awesome, but you're never going to find anything in there that's super important to the point of it being life or death. Sometimes it'll get to a point where a lot of the things you find aren't really worth it. There was another Korok there, kind of forgot that was there. I like to beat up the Koroks, I don't really feel bad about it. They're giving me their shit, firstly, so they deserve it, but I always thought it was funny that you could just bonk them on the head with it. I was never really a fan of Koroks in Wind Waker anyway, so... I couldn't see them, and I was waiting for them to show up. I was like, where are they, so I can know where they are? That was the thing that was getting me here. He's out of here. I really like to take advantage of the spin attack because of the knockback as well. That's gone. Let me... I'll go ahead and use this, open these up anyway. I'm actually trying to get my boomerang back. And work. That time it worked. I don't know where the boomerang went. Alright, finished clearing these guys out. I notice I say outright a lot. Grabbing the seared steak, doing a little bit of cooking. So this way we can stock up on whatever we need to. There's not too many things. I haven't been getting my ass beat nearly as bad, so... Yeah, I try to have this weird thing of like where I'll have 5 of certain important things and then like maybe 15 regular healing items to just have that kind of balance out. I don't know, it just feels like a weird, nice, natural balance, and once we get to more custom things that I can use, it ends up being better. The Staminoid base are the best because all you gotta do is cook a single one and it's a full wheel. Also 2 hearts, but particularly when I'm trying to get things like stamina, hearts aren't exactly the most beneficial, so I'm not really a fan of that. That's kind of where like making elixirs is a little bit more beneficial because it doesn't give you hearts a lot of the times. It's usually focused more on the secondary effects that you're trying to get. Alright, so I don't like this feature. It's basically just hot, cold, if there's a shrine nearby, but it's very, very, very not helpful. Because you could be right on top of it and you wouldn't even know it. All you know is it's somewhere. So I don't particularly like it, but it's a feature there. It can be used to configure to track certain items as well, but we still need to get that ability. But it will be something we can use later on. Is there an easier way? Because I know there's 3 shrines right here. I'm just trying to think of the easiest way to get up this mountain. This part sucked. I tried climbing up it a few times and I kept falling down or running out of stuff, and it just ended up getting very, very annoying. But this area in particular was pretty much what made me think to myself that this game would be impossible to LP unless I came up with some sort of circumstance to make this worthwhile. Because I don't think sitting here watching this happen and it taking 10 minutes to climb a single mountain is very exciting at all, which is why I'm choosing to do things the way I'm doing them. I'm happy with it so far. I've been liking the way these things are turning out. There was a couple times where after that, like, even though I did fall down, I just gave up and I just said, fuck it, go with it anyway. Like, I got tired of retrying, because now I gotta look out for where it is I need to remove inside of the actual footage and shit like that. And we got some annoying rainfall coming up. I gotta try and pay attention to that weather index as well, because it's the only way I can track the bullshit rain if I'm paying attention to it. I mean, I'm noticing it as it's happening in the game, but less in post. Oh, fuck. Okay, so I don't remember if we fought this guy before, but I'm not about to do it right now. He is right here. I also like to mark the locations of bosses. The best thing he can do for you is get you lots of money. I'm not sure we have the firepower to take him. Probably because I'm not looking at the firepower. We can try, I guess, but I don't know how well it's gonna work. And it says senior, so that didn't, you know, probably stronger than your average bear. That worked out pretty well. Take that as well. I think the worst part about this is anything that could end up falling off of this cliff. Alright, well, I mean, I wanted to hit you. If the game would allow me to play it. Thank you. Excuse me? Oh. It decided to use my fairy that I didn't ask it to do. That gets annoying. Alright, I'll admit, the fairy thing's a habit that I need to break. Because I found myself always, like, feeling like it was wasted. But, truth be told, you're hardly ever really going to need fairies. So, just use it when you can. I'm just going to go ahead and take this as an opportunity for a second chance at him. Oh, damn it. It's okay, I don't want to play the game. I don't want to play the game. It's okay. Take that. That's not even a gem. But yeah, I suppose if you wanted to grind up gems for either future uses or just money, mark down locations of things like this, and then you know where they are so you can come back to it. Because again, these guys drop a lot of gems, which in turn basically means a lot of money. Just make sure you can take them. I don't know if I killed that amber or not. I guess not. Oh, what timing? It's raining. Goodbye, friends. Nope. You're not allowed to have those. Nope. I said, nope. I'll be taking that from you. Nope. I'll be taking your friend's body parts while I'm at it. And your food. Oh, God. Quickly, before we get killed. 3. Missed. Is there another? Oh, it's a tree branch. Alright, now we get to finally use the bullshit rain counter. It really does. I'm not counting it until it gets to the point of like, okay, this is actually hampering me from playing the game. If it's just raining and I'm running around on flat land, not doing anything, that's not hindering me, I don't care. That's when I don't mind. I mind is when I'm trying to climb a mountain, kind of like this, and then it starts raining and saying, hey, no, fuck you, suck a dick. Then you're, you know, being hindered from playing the game. Yeah, I realized I was going the way I didn't want to, and then 5 seconds later I was like, oh, there's the shrine. So it was kind of funny for that to happen within seconds of each other like that. I don't know if it's actually true, but I think it was something like frogs show up a little bit more often in rain, but I think that's just more wet environments. The problem is a lot of the advice people give you is so generalized because it can apply to so many different situations at once. And it's like, I don't entirely blame them, but it is frustrating. Those rock deposits I haven't really talked about yet, but basically just attack them and then they can produce a variety of different gems or flint or rock salt or anything like that. So those are always worth checking out. Luminous stone as another type. Usually those things glow in the dark so you can see them from a mile away at nighttime. Those are also incredibly really useful. So definitely get up on those. You're going to be getting plenty of them. You should be finding plenty of them. There's specific spots to find even more of them. Oh, shit. Well, that worked out. Alright, well, that worked itself out, but I hope you can see and hear by me complaining how fucking annoying rain is. God damn it, why did they include it inside the game? At least, if they were going to put it in the game to make it real, they could have just left out the annoying gameplay mechanic which the game is centered around. Once I get a certain item, I can guarantee I'm going to be teleporting a lot and trying to skip it. Oh yes, this one. That wasn't even planned, that was just a oh shit. A happy accident. Anyway, I know that there's 3 shrines all stacked around here, and around here is actually one of the most most important items for me to get. I think it's in this shrine itself. There's like only a few things I have marked on the map as far as priority, one of which I actually forgot to mark, but we'll mark it once. I'll look up the location once we get to Kakariko. In case it, well, I think it was stated. Yeah, go to Kakariko. King said that. And it's basically the locations of a set of things that we'll start finding here. Timing is crucial unless it's super easy. Thank you. It's weird because it doesn't look like it lines up, like you wouldn't quite make it there, but you do. Ah, it's not good enough. Gotta time it better. Go. There you go. Oh, bugger you. That was also bad. And go. See, when I said go versus when Link actually went, it did not match up. That should prove the point that I am wanting it to go differently than how it's actually going. See, that at least, you know, matched up with what I wanted, but it was wrong. So slow, Link. Just do what I ask. You're so bad at this. You're so, like, it's the same place all the time. There. Wait, shit. I need to wait for the ride to come back. Because that chest right there has what I want. Why can't I? That was actually really well timed. Thank you. Yep. There is an entire set of clothes based around climbing. That is vital. That is the one thing I have priority on and will be going out of my way to get. I'm going to try and get all 3 of the clothing pieces. I know where they all are because they are in this area of the map. One's up here and then one's like down here or something like that. So they're relatively close together. One's going to be kind of hard for me to do, but I'm pretty great at video games, so I should be okay. That's also the reason I've been focused on getting certain things or been playing the way I've been playing. It'll make sense if it doesn't already. At about this point, I realized there wasn't really an easy way up, so I tried to glide across, and then I'd eventually try climbing up, and I was like, well, shit, this isn't working out, so I eventually give up and just go around. But first, I'm getting these rock deposits. I mean, see, it doesn't matter what I say, because it's not like it's going to sync up with the game anyway. But I gave this an honest try just for myself to be sold short. One was just bad timing, because I paused a second too late. So I'm like, okay, we'll give it another shot, and then even then, it just kind of didn't really matter, and it didn't feel like it was worth it, so just, fuck it, fine, I quit. Have it your way, video game. And upon wandering around, we found some cooking stuff right over here, and a little bit of stuff to break open, so I decided to go ahead and cook myself up some extra shit. Get some flint alien shrooms. Oh yeah, and it looked like I marked it on the map. That was what I was doing. Shit, what can I say? Post-commentary, how do you do? One great thing I'm actually really enjoying about this post-commentary thing in Breath of the Wild is the fact that I'm cutting out a massive amount of content, and by that I don't mean I'm actually removing it. I mean, like, the amount of content you guys are seeing is much more than what would be typically produced. So, in the last video, I think I cut out about an hour's worth of footage was actually shown, but it showed it at such a high speed that, you know, it came out as much less. And same with this. This was like about at an hour and a half. Now we're looking at 54 minutes, so that's about a little more than 30 minutes of footage sped up, which I think is really, really good. We're about to cut here in a second because I find this Korok, and then we're going to jump to a transition where I get mad at Rain, and then we pick up from where the Korok left off. Oh, for fuck's sake! Okay, so after that Rain bullshit happened, I just reloaded from one of the nearest checkpoints I had, which was that one, and I was paying a very close, careful eye to the weather meter, because I'm like, alright, well, I know it's going to rain at some point, so let's try and get as high up as we can and stay on level surface, so this way we're not getting screwed, and I just kept trying to push myself. I'm like, alright, let's see how far we can get. But again, scaling this kind of stuff is just what kind of makes me think about how bad of an idea LPing this is, unless you're doing it a very specific way. I mean, streaming it's probably not less bad, because then it's, I guess, live and along for the journey, but and I say that only in the sense of, like, you're getting a bunch of content done at once. So you could stream it for 7 hours, and that's like maybe 10 streams or something like that. As for videos are much more different, plus editing is involved as well, and render time, and it's just a lot. But I ended up getting pretty lucky. climbing all the way up here, it just was not fun. And I mentioned Staminoid Base, yeah. I mentioned the crickets. Really, once you get the climbing gear, you have to worry much, much less about stuff like this. And we're there. Now, where is the other one? Right there. I don't really need to mark that. But anyway, these two are basically sister shrines where you're going to need to go to one to solve the other. And I'm going to do what I can to try and cheat this. It's a simple puzzle. Alright, so what you want to do is find the fucking lift. Hello? There it is, damn it. Isn't there supposed to be an easy chest in here, or is this just barren and that's it? Up! I don't see a chest. Anyway, the point of this... Is there not a better angle I can get this? Come in, take a picture with your cell phone, leave. That's it. That's the whole shrine. Now go to this one. And you think I'm kidding too? I mean, admittedly, it was kind of hard to see that bottom one, but I think the lack of the others should be clue enough for me. Now for this, we do the exact same thing. Except this time we don't leave. It's the slowest lift in the world. See if we can get a good enough angle. Hopefully that'll work. Okay, got both? Now here's what you do. Jump all the way down, and then use the first picture and recreate it inside of the other shrine. That's it. You just take one and replicate it in the other. So in this case, that one was 3. You could also write it down if you got a easy way of doing it. You could be like 3, 1. In this case, it would be 4. You are not supposed to be there. 3, 1, 4, 2, 5 by the looks of it. So if you want to look at it that way, that's another way. I just remember trying that, and even still, when I tried that the first time, it didn't exactly work. I was like, alright, what did I do wrong? So, that should work. Yep. So now we no longer need that first picture we took, and we just need the second. That's it. Simple puzzle. Oh my god. That's what I think about sometimes when it comes to certain games and there's like important information. It's like, remember this. I'm like, I just take a picture of it so I don't have to. And I do love that the stamina does not get worn out by using a ladder. It is the best. I'm really guessing there's not a treasure in here. Hello? Talk to? Talk! Idiot. Now I think the reason this one confused me so much was because there's like 2 inside of the second row. So we want you to look like 2, 3, and 5. So firstly you are 2. You want to get your thank you. You are 3. But we also need one inside of 5. And then I'm pretty sure that third row right there is supposed to be empty. And then it's 4 and 1. So since you're right there, we'll just go ahead and put you in 1. And then you can go inside of 4. And that should be it. Like, who needs to memorize shit when you can just cheat? And truthfully, I'm not entirely sure why, like, I guess I just didn't understand or something, but I remember having to look it up my first time because I was like, I don't get it. What does it want for me to do? It's pretty simple. There are some that are like, I still don't understand how you're supposed to figure it out. I do want you to remember this spot though, because this is a very, very good grinding spot. Anytime something comes about grinding or whatever, I will mention it and tell you how to do it, and then maybe not show it all the time. There's also a Korok up here. The idea is just put an apple in, and then he shows up, and then afterwards you can take, but fuck off. You can take both of the apples. So, yeah. I guess in that case, apples are like mildly important, but you find plenty. Because this spot right here is a real good place to grind a certain thing that we might do. I don't know if we want to do it early for money or not. Oh, that's such a long way away. I feel like this game right here is the evolution of draw distance based on that one moment right there where you see a shrine and you're like, wow, that looks really close by, and then you look at the map and you're like, oh, and then you remember just how big this world is and how small you are, and even just trying to glide all the way across, you only can get so far. The good thing about gliding can be when you can try and spot some shrines in the air when you get a high point like that, but in other words, I kind of just like staying on the floor and finding what's around me. Alright, so here's our... oh god. I'm gonna save real quick just in case I do get obliterated. Let me think real quick before I... There is an easy way to kill these guys, but I'm not entirely so sure I can. Basically, time it right. And then that does a lot of damage to him, but he survived. Alright, well I don't know what happened to my shield. The easy way is to try and chop off their legs. I'm gonna go for it. He doesn't seem to know where I am. Do I have another claymore? Here's another claymore. Did I kill him? No. I don't even mind. Wow, I'm getting really lucky with the timing on this thing. That time I didn't. Wow, I missed. I had 3 fairies. He got me that time. Damn it, I was doing so good!